Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are surrounded by pageantry and tradition, and it's clear to see that college football will be at its best today. Today, a pair of Pac-12 teams getting set to square off in a game that could have season-long implications. And here's the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be... Stopped at the 18. Line gets set, first down. He leaves it with the back. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. When they put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You look at down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the first down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. He's got him, and they convert. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
They're working that left side. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Fast motion from the offense. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. He's knocked down at the 34, but they're sort of hitting them in the mouth with a 6-yard pickup there.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
Breaks the tackle. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
A field goal try would have been a 51-yarder. They'll opt instead to try to move the chains on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it, and they convert. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
You got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
They finally make the stop at the big run. There's plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
I love jet sweeps because it puts so much pressure on defenses with their eye discipline. It's really hard for these linebackers and DBs and defensive ends to locate a really fast receiver, cutting across the formation so quickly, getting the handoff. You see that time he's able to use his speed to go get the first.
They're strong and they're scrawl. Defensive tackles, they're scrawl. There's such big jumpers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Well, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got it, and he goes into the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the entire field and you put 6 up on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The offense lining up for a first down play. Looking downfield, it's Fuller. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground, but you can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
So they'll try to get it going in the right direction this time. 2nd and long from the 19. Out of the gun to give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's going to let it go. It's complete. A huge pickup. Hit the afterburners, kid. Touchdown. Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off the speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that. Nice job.
And they tacked on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the capper was a bolt of lightning, a touchdown pass from 84 yards out. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive.
The offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer ones.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Complete to the left. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
And that's a 1st down for the offense.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Give to the running back. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on 1st down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going to that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different and give this offense something to think about.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. The give to the back. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive...
Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score tied 7-7.
First down to start the drive after the break. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Quick step and go. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the right. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
How about the linebacker breaking on the football, seeing the quarterback, the ball comes out, he moves right to where the ball's going, nice anticipation, and swats the ball to the ground.
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. They'll run the option. And not even a chance to pitch it as he is slammed down in the backfield.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24, first down.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, first and goal. Dropping back, it's Fuller. Fires into the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. And the kicker delivers them 3 ball to finish off the drive. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Offense getting set for first down. He's looking to throw it. He's got his man. Looking at a second and short now. Handoff to the single running back. Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
It's first and 10 from the 38-yard line. He wants to throw. Looking down the middle. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Offense gets set for second down. The give to the back. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. on third down. He'll try to pick it up through the air. Out of the backfield, he's open. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big third down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Coming after it. Hit as he throws. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, it must be so nice for this quarterback to know he doesn't got to be perfect with his throws. He's got dudes that can lay out and make catches like that.
It's almost as if he went into slow motion, just gliding through the air to make that catch. They stop him right on the edge of the red zone, a pickup of 5 to the 20.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Motion from the offense. Off the play fake. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the pass hits, picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. He's going to pass. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there.
Well, it didn't take long for this guy to leave his impact in the game, guys. With that catch, this guy's already over 100 yards in the game, and we're not even done the first half.
One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. A little screen to the running back. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on 1st down.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Using the quick game. And he picks up the 1st down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Quick pass on the fly motion. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Second down.
Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. Back to throw. It's Fuller. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions. And then the pass rush, they win up front.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. They'll immediately call timeout. the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Yeah, and how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Got the back over the middle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. All lined up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20.
1st and 10.
Lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll open the second half on the ground. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. And he's running in the open. Past the 30. Running inside the 20. All the way into the end zone for a touchdown. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Louisiana is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Jake Delhomme and Brian Mitchell, this has not been a blowout today in Lafayette. They're up by 4 over ULM. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Moving out of the pocket. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Right place, right time. Linebackers are usually big physical guys you see play the run a lot. Hard to get 2 interceptions in a game. Special player making special plays.
And now the offense will come onto the field again. They go to the ground. Runs through a tackle.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Leaves it with the back. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2.
He's brought down at the 21. Brings up 3rd down.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. They'll try to power their way ahead.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger, and you could tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
If you don't convert on this 4th down, there will be questions about passing on the field goal try. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Hits him with a stiff arm. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
Pushes for the goal line. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
After getting nothing done on first down, 2nd and goal from the 6. Into the end zone. And it's in for a touchdown. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And, man, that was a nice job by the tight end, finding the soft spot in the defense in the end zone on that TV.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there getting set. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Offense set on first down. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Fires to the right. Got his man. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Just outstanding execution, continuing to work his way back through the football.
Yeah, and everything about this route looks vertical. The comeback, it looks like it's a go. I'm thinking speed, and then he sets it down. QB puts the ball on the money, and he makes the play.
Going up top on first down. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Taking it the other way. Inside the 10. Lean for the wire. Touchdown.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. It's complete to the left. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Gets it out quickly. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. He's going to pass on second down. Makes the grab on the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
On third down, going up top. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a catch past the sticks. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more.
Trying to get behind the defense. And that is his fifth interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Looking for more room. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick six. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the DB getting the interception, you know if you can break that play and you can get past that level, it might be to the house. It might be to the crib. Lucky that wasn't a pick six if you're on offense.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Open space at the 25. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
How nice is it as a quarterback that you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The give to the tailback. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. Not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Turning to the running game on first and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is the top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
They'll try to blast their way in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Makes the catch, and he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the one. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a fourth and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the fourth down.
So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. Trying to pound it in. Touchdown.
And how about this offense? A big situation on 4th and goal, and you trust your running back. You trust your offensive line. You trust the physicality of this unit, and they reward that trust, and they punch it in for 6.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. So that drive covered just 44 yards. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Knocked down quickly after the pick, but that offense says thank you very much, and they'll have it at the 43.
Have a day, young fella. 2 interceptions already? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 games for some people. A hot start, catching the football. He's acting like he's playing wide receiver out there. I might think about trying a different DB.
Gets it out fast. Smashes through. And they'll move the chains with the first down. That might be it for the 3rd quarter.
He's brought down at the 18-yard line. First down for the offense.
Now the offense trying to operate in the red zone. Wide out in motion. Trying to get the corner on the jet sweep. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's got a touchdown. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
This has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, a very interesting scene playing out right now in this marquee top 25 matchup. LSU is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Death Valley for some time. They're up 14 over Georgia. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team.
He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't. And keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
And he made the extra point without problem. So a dynamite play there. 99 yards. He took it back for the touchdown. They're lining up for the kickoff, and let's see if this return team can answer with a score of its own. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the offense on first down. They'll try the right side. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
That's exactly the start you want when you're on offense. In this situation, 4-minute offense, I'm not worried about scoring. I'm not worried about getting a bunch of first downs. I need 2. I need 2 first downs, and I'm going to let that clock tick, and I walk out of here with the W.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll leave it with him. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
They'll give it to him again. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the 4th quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
Eight-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. After run, now throw. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Grabs it inside the 10. Into the end zone for a touchdown. They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
On first down, here comes this offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Looking to the big tight end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
Some really tough running there gets him to the 45-yard line. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
He wants it all. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
No rest for the wicked for this offense. They are taking shots. You just saw a big explosive play on the previous one, and right away they get back to the line of scrimmage, and they throw it in the end zone. They have got this defense on their heels.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's looking for an open man on second down. Lets it go to the end zone. And that ball is picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive.
42 Spider.
Give to the big fullback. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Gain of 4. Second down coming up.
Okay, break. Easy.
Fullback's got it. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Brought down at the 26. Third down coming up.
Okay,
Now looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 26.
lasso. Lasso.
Looking to throw, it's Fuller. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
He gets a block. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line.
Offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Ready up.
So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense.
Timber.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy. And because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football. And that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the 4th quarter.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Going for it all. And he's got it inside the 35.
Complete.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
They go to the counter. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Fires toward the target. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, they take a shot down the field. It's another incompletion. It's really been that kind of story. This defense has made this guy earn it every single play. Really small windows to throw into. 1 touchdown pass. That's a little bit surprising. You thought maybe they'd have more in this game.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. At the 20, he's got space. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. They still do count it for 6.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
Two-point conversion attempt is coming.
Acorn. Acorn. Slam.
He's looking to throw. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer.
Gotta love the execution. Not easy to throw down here, but the quarterback made a good read, accurate throw, and they come away with 2 points.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays.
Spire. Slide 22. Ready.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football, keep running the clock.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. First and 10 from the 39. They're getting this guy lathered up.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Here's the handoff. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
Fast motion from the offense. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27.
Yeah, and no nonsense. I like it when you get downhill. You know exactly where the sticks are. I'm not trying to get a 20 or 30-yard gain. I got to get that first down. 3rd and 2, I'm going to be physical. Nice job by that running back.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's brought down after a nice gain. So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they've put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early in the season. What do? You respond by putting a winning streak together, gaining some momentum as the season closes.
And sometimes the good thing about losing games early
Hello, everyone, and welcome. You can sense it through the pageantry. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you